Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Super Reaction Bros. And on today's episode, we're concluding our look at Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
We're not really concluding, but still, you know, this is another video. Sorry.
Yeah, this is part 2.
Part 2, yeah, conclude. Yeah, I see what you mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Part 2, pretty much of,
concluding the whole, you know, main people making fun of Batman vs. Superman. Now, we missed, it was 3 months ago, we missed the House should have ended. I mean, we did eventually see it, not on Reaction, we saw it.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean,
that's about it. It was good.
And this is Cinemasins, everything wrong with. So,
I mean, when we watch this video, of course, we're gonna talk about afterwards. You know, everything they're gonna bring up, going to be like, yeah, that's all correct. But at the same time, we're gonna look a little bit into, because somebody asked for us to do it. It's not gonna be a full video, but because it doesn't deserve a full video. No offense, I love Batman vs. Superman and everything, but it's like it doesn't deserve like a full video of everything that's right with the movie, you know. But we're gonna discuss, you know, at least some of the positive points from the film.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just get to it now.
Let's get to this, and then we'll discuss. So here we go for everything wrong with Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice from Cinemasins. Here we go.
DC Comics. There was a time. Let me ask everyone a question. If every screenwriter grows up being told not to put narration in their movie unless it enhances the story, then why does every screenwriter put narration that doesn't enhance the story into their screenplays? For the third time in 3 Batman franchises, we get the dead parent origin story. I guess they did try to warn us at the beginning. Also, this is the type of theater that plays the 1940 film The Mark of Zorro, but also coming soon, because this is 1981 after all, Excalibur. Zach, the public has already seen Bruce Wayne's parents' death several times. Yes, but have they seen it in slow motion? Bruce falls into a hole that would kill most people, and he's not Batman yet, and yippee, the Batcave! If he wanted to steal the pearls, why'd he intentionally put the necklace by pulling this gun bolt? Now he'll have to pick them out of the rich people blood. Over goddamn use of slow goddamn motion. No. Remember this, it will become inexplicably and infuriatingly important.
Later.
Oh, this part.
What? Also, confidence building bat tornado. A beautiful lie. Ben Affleck describes this movie in one sentence. Yep, no way the film could have started here. We definitely needed to rehash his parents' death in order to understand this. Totally. In the middle of all this bull, Bruce really thought it was a good idea to take a private helicopter into Metropolis for some reason. Here's Bruce Wayne landing in Metropolis and immediately getting into his private vehicle, a Jeep King Renegade, the very definition of a common middle-class vehicle. I see one of these things at every goddamn stoplight. Bruce Wayne would be driving a Tesla, or at the very least a BMW, but not a goddamn Jeep. Yes, this sequence of Bruce experiencing the carnage of Man of Steel's climax is interesting. It's also revisionist history by the man who took too personally the criticism that Man of Steel killed too many innocent people. So, whatever mobile network these people are using is apparently alien attack proof, and here I lose my signal when I'm under an umbrella.
I want you to get everyone out of the building, right now.
Jack decides just now is the appropriate time to evacuate.
Thank you, that's one of
to go to the bathroom. Bruce Wayne alone running into the fray while everyone else panics? Yeah, even in a movie this shitty, I'm duty-bound to remove sins for something so badass.
Wait.
Oh, you missed it really too.
Do you think? Also, good eyesight to spot Mr. Wayne at that distance in a dust cloud. This guy's trapped underneath one single girder. Like, a whole building just fell, and apparently the only rubble is a lot of dust and a couple girders. In the middle of a dust cloud, from ground level and without any visual enhancement gear on, how the hell can Bruce clearly see these two fighting? He barely saw the girl right next to him. Little girl who lost her mother stands here waiting for Bruce Wayne hugs, because she knows how close the Wayne logo sign is and how cool a shot it'll make. Hans Zimmer's finger gets stuck on the down button. The somewhere is implied by simply saying it's the Indian Ocean. All it takes to get the most precious element on Earth is a couple freedivers with a motorboat and a dream. Is it ever explained how this Kryptonian vessel full of kryptonite crash-landed in the Indian f***ing Ocean? Also, kryptonite, in case you confused it with Naomi Judd. Oh hey, it's Jimmy Olsen, the grounding moral center in this universe of superhero pretense. Man, I really hope he gets a lot of screen time. Somehow they're going to be able to blame Superman for all these headshots, because if there's anything Superman needs, it's a gun. Superman shows up out of nowhere, because I guess he can sense when Lois is in danger. And don't give me that he was following the beacon crap, because if he was really interested in all this, he'd already be there.
The world has been so caught up with what Superman can do that no one has asked what he should do.
This is a direct rip-off of Jeff Goldblum's Jurassic Park quote, and the writer should be ashamed. If I had a nickel for every time I fingered a bullet while naked. We'll just assume Clark took his phone out of his pocket before this, because otherwise Superman is addicted to smartphones.
Anything else? I understand.
even in a different language, the pronoun game never ceases to hilariously confuse. I mean, how do you build this luxurious bachelor pad without skilled contractors who you then either need to pay off or kill? My biggest issue with any Batman story, actually. Someone explain to me how Alfred and Bruce alone designed and built this shit, please. Funnel fairy butterbar, funnel fairy butterbar. Funnel fairy butterbar must be the English equivalent of sibilance. Feels like Bruce would have been wise to Superman and his secret identity long ago, being the best detective in the world and all, but this movie will have you believe that Wayne really only got interested in this guy after he helped destroy a whole city. Maybe these eggs would be in better shape, but holy shit, do you have a wall of wrenches and tools just off the kitchen and behind the TV and next to your upside-down bike? Jesus, are you Matthew McConaughey?
The first victim, an accused child predator, later was assaulted in prison. Many believe the mark of the Bat brand in prison, essentially, is a death sentence.
What a bunch of bullshit. Someone can make that observation after that huge sample size of one person got beat up in prison? And don't child molesters usually get beat in jail anyway? I smell manufactured tension. Welcome to LexCorp, which apparently rebuilt Metropolis in 18 months based on tons of money, hard work, and either the dragon tears of unicorn angels or the aliens from Jupiter sending. Nerdy Lex is introduced, being nerdy on the basketball court, yet still nailing a three-pointer like Steph Curry. I hate this for already. Finally, a movie puts so many newspaper headlines and stories in one shot, and with such tiny print, I don't care to actually go digging for mistakes. Touché movie. I'm glad this guy helpfully underlined and boxed mentions of Superman on these newspaper headlines, or else he might have gotten them confused with articles about Captain America or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Superman statue does not depict Superman twisting Zod's neck, but I guess that's kind of hard to carve in a rock.
Your sports today.
Because newspaper writers play musical chairs with the kinds of stories they write on a daily basis.
Headline. End of love affair with man in the sky.
Barry White's editorial style is to literally dictate headlines to his writers and ask them to write stories that match. You know, I like Jesse Eisenberg, but this Lex Luthor is too Jesse Eisenberg. Is that a kryptonite scalpel? How does Lex know he needs a fingerprint? Who the f knows? He just knows. 9.5 weeks. Looks like basically everyone has been breaking Fight Club's first 2 rules.
Crime wave in Gotham. Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
Okay, Barry White is basically just a dick, dismissing a story about a vigilante in Gotham as completely unnewsworthy while asking for an update on a story about football. Why can't both stories be interesting to the public?
I'm blocking the import license for your mineral.
Something I could have just called to tell you.
You can call me whatever you like. Take a bucket of piss and call it Granny's peach tea.
Aside from being a fantastically stupid line, it's made even worse by only being here to give us some kind of supposed payoff later at the hearing. But most of all, what the f does that even mean? Are you the bucket of piss in this analogy? Also, surprisingly, Granny's Peach Tea was the only company that turned down the promotional tie-in that might be Superman. Oh, this is a dream. In any other movie, the slow motion would have served as a warning. Second dream sequence is necessary to show how f***ed up Bruce is, but including yet another jump scare is necessary to show what an asshole this movie is.
You know, with balls like yours, you belong in here.
That's racist.
Well, Bruce Wayne can't break into Lex Luthor's house. Bruce Wayne won't have to. He's been invited.
How fortuitous, and not as exciting. A movie that would have been much better than this is given mere Easter egg treatment, because that's fun. Who's that? Seriously? Clark Kent does not know who Bruce Wayne is?
Get the fuck out of here.
This reading that no one should enter is easily accessible by simply pushing open the door.
I thought the bathroom was down here. I must have...
Bruce Wayne dares to try this, and she pretends to believe it, and Bruce seems to think he got away with it. All of which is ridiculous. Sure. After following him and checking on him and hearing his flimsy-ass excuse, this Luthor security chick leaves him alone in the computer room. What the I like how Clark heard Bruce's radio communications, but did nothing to investigate it. Superman is lazy.
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent.
Lex Luthor knows why this would be a momentous occasion, but God help you if you want an explanation for why he knows what nobody else does.
Ow! Wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
Again, I have no idea if it was the script, the director, or the actor who decided this character needed to be this far over the top, but it was a bad decision. Okay, she took his thing and obviously wants him to know because she hangs around to get caught staring at him right outside the door, but then she leaves without telling him anything. So what gives? This is whack-ass behavior. Superman Jesus.
90% of people believe in a higher power.
I'm gonna need a source on that statistic, dude.
On this earth, every act is a political act.
Even twerking? International blogger. Are there no journalists and experts left in this reality willing to go on cable news, or is this the movie just giving the finger to the internet community that dislike Man of Steel? I'm glad Superman saved these astronauts, but this scene is really pessimistic about the state of space travel and successful rocket launches, no? Using Neil deGrasse Tyson for your own personal projects. This family literally managed to get to the roof with their bodies and some white paint, and that's it. No sandwiches or nothing. And while I'm not sure that one can of paint would be enough to paint this giant-ass Superman logo, I'm more concerned with the logic these people use. Hey, there's a flood. Everyone get to the roof, and someone grab some paint so we can make a giant Superman logo on the roof, but if he somehow happens to be in the area saving lives, he won't miss. Again, another instance of a cool storyboard trumping logic in a Snyder film. Then Superman fucking hovers for a few seconds, doubtless confused by the huge white logo, before actually saving these poor assholes. This guy, who just got thrown in jail for defacing the Superman statue and making terrorist threats, gets to have a meeting with the senator instantly without any security.
There's copy all right. Nothing about football.
Even though it is ridiculous Clark was told to write about football, and he's doing the right thing by writing about the Gotham Bat, this should have gotten him fired.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
He's right, they care about Superman taking on the Batman, of which this movie titled Batman v Superman has very little.
Is it stealing if you steal from another thief?
Yes. Bruce Wayne's decryption software moves at the same pace as my YouTube uploads.
Yeah.
This decryption will last just long enough for a wholly fucking unnecessary third 4-minute Batman dream sequence. Guy with a gun has a clear shot at Batman here, but decides instead to run up to Batman to shake his hand, I guess? Just to clarify, Batman is knocked unconscious during his own dream. And when he wakes up from that dream, he's going to have another cryptic dream about a visitor from an unknown future. The movie is seriously trying to out-dream Inception. I'd just like to know how Bruce is hallucinating the Flash right now, giving him important information and advertising the standalone movie all at once. Does Bruce have soothsaying powers? Bruce's nightmares lasted exactly as long as his computer's decryption process.
Grayson, if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our
line.
enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
Math is not one of Bruce's strong suits. Where does he go? Why do you continue to employ him? Batman harpoons his car, which he will drag around for a little while until knowing exactly how to unhook it, so that it will land on another car hiding behind a trailer, something he definitely knew was going to happen when he harpooned the car in the first place. Superman, who definitely knew some shit was going down here tonight, didn't bother to simply talk to Batman before all this started. Essentially, you're telling me he's omniscient enough to be here, he's omniscient enough to save a rocket from an explosion for Christ's sake, but decided to enter the scene at this very moment because it's better for the drama. Also, why not do this out of the gate, instead of spending weeks or months investigative journalism in Batman as Clark Kent? It takes an hour and 4 minutes for Batman to be Superman. In a much more realistic feeling movie, this Batcave entrance will somehow top Burton and Schumacher for silliness.
How do we determine what's good?
A question the makers of this movie clearly never asked themselves. Superman visits Kansas at the perfect time the world's planetarium is open.
Somebody wanted Superman to look guilty.
I'm still not sure how blowing away a whole bunch of dudes with special bullets is supposed to implicate Superman. This whole story reeks of bullshit.
But how could they know that he'd show up in the middle of the desert?
Lois asks a very good question that is never answered. In fact, the only thing she's concerned about in this revelation is that Superman is going to show up at the Capitol building, and she suspects something's about to go down. But the how does Superman know to show up in the right place question is better left answered by other movies in the Justice League franchise once the screenwriters come up with a good enough excuse. How did he know when she'd spot the label on her glass to be able to time this bomb blast? It's not that Superman is angry, it's just that he's disappointed. The movie skips over what would have been a much more entertaining Batman breaks in a LexCorp scene to give us Superman walking through the Capitol into a courtroom. How does Lex know there's a pool of water ooze on this ship? And how does he know standing in it not only won't kill him, it'll do something amazing to the body of Zod? Lex is omniscient enough that I wonder why he struggles against Superman and Batman at all, actually. Even though he got in the front door using Zod's fingerprints, Lex only has to press his own palm on the receiver to get the ship to respond. It's telling that Bruce's CrossFit routine is the fourth most enjoyable part of the movie. Bruce is a dick to weights.
Alexander Luthor, your security override has been accepted.
But why? I feel like this movie has skipped over some integral parts of storytelling here. Just accept this, just accept that. You came here to make Doomsday? Fine, we'll let you do that. This water-based Kryptonian fucking Star Trek replicator of all knowledge and science? Yeah, okay. Get hard. I really hate it, and it's stupid that it exists, and even stupider that Luthor figures it all out. Okay. So, with a little bit of Luthor's blood mixed with Zod's dead body and some sort of DNA pool of justice, Lex will be able to make a monster out of it. Who knew that a spaceship had this kind of ability? Why would a spaceship have this kind of ability? This set of Superman movies is obsessed with dead fathers giving Clark advice.
I miss you, son.
No, you don't. You're dead. Why doesn't Superman have the same in-trouble radar for his mom that he seems to have for Lois? Yeah, I'll put my fat booby trap right here, blocks if not miles from the start of my fight with Superman, because I know for a fact I can direct the fight back to this spot for a whammy. Ladies and gentlemen, Gotham and Metropolis are a mile apart. You're welcome. Also, it is just across the bay, but while Gotham is having torrential rain and storms, the weather in Metropolis is just fucking peachy. Lois in danger in the Middle East? Or later in this climax when trapped in a box? Superman hears it above all the noise of the world. Lois is kidnapped, Superman hears nothing.
It's triangle inequality, the shortest distance between any 2 points.
Have I mentioned how much I hate this version of Lex Luthor? Because I do. Spewing random does not equal menacing. Also, FYI, we are right at the start of the film's climax with still an hour left to go. Oh look, he can hear her falling, but he couldn't hear her being kidnapped the last 30 minutes of her life. What a selective power. Superman just leaves Lois here.
What we call God depends upon our tribe, Clark Joe.
Superman lets Lex talk long enough for Lex to reveal he's got Clark's mom, instead of just obliterating him instantly, as he should have and would have really done.
God versus man.
Oh, come on.
Martha.
Do I consider this Martha foreshadowing, considering what comes later? Brady Bunch foreshadowing? Really? Also, Lex goes to the trouble to make individual Polaroids because scrolling through pictures on his phone would take too long. Don't you know? I mean, you seem to find Lois no problem. Do you only have a homing beacon on her? LexCorp knew to make these files almost like teaser trailers. It's amazing their marketing department. Looks like Miles Dyson still hasn't learned his lesson about not creating Terminators, even after he died in the second movie.
Get the heliport. Put it on the goddamn roof.
Okay, even though it's weird that the helipad isn't already on the roof, what difference would it make?
Here I am.
Let's talk about Batman's plan. Sure, Superman told him...
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it.
There are numerous problems with this, though. First off, did Bruce forget that Superman was in hiding after the Capitol building bombing? Did he really think their petty squabble was going to lure him out? Second off, this plan wasn't even going to work until Lex kidnapped Martha and told Superman to go fight Batman. There's an alternate history of the movie where Batman lies in wait for Superman and he never shows up. Like that date I had in college, and we had plans, Melissa! Bruce, when did these assholes learn each other's secret identity? Was it at the party? Did they just assume? But here's the rub. Lex Luthor also has to know that both Superman and Batman know each other's secret identities for his plan to work. If Lex tells Superman to kill Batman, and if Batman isn't lying in wait for Superman at this moment, then Superman has to find Bruce Wayne, and that's if he knows Batman is Bruce. That's a lot of ifs.
You don't understand.
You will find that Superman will waste a lot of time with the listen to me's and you don't understands, instead of just saying what the problem is. Not sure what these machine guns were supposed to do, but wow, shiny, excitement. Oh good, more of this kryptonite, the unfortunate repetitive writer's crutch that plagues nearly all Superman movies. How much does this mist diminish Superman's powers? We have no idea and are never told, though it's safe to assume it's enough to make a Batman-Superman fight viable, which I would think would mean a lot. If he's this debilitated by the kryptonite gas, just kill his ass right now. What are you waiting for? Oh yeah, that kryptonite gas, it wears off apparently, even though it's completely inside Superman's lungs. But even though Batman can stop Superman, I'm confused. The Wayne, in pain, chooses mainly to complain. Oh look, Batman was totally able to lead the battle to this spot, even though that's goddamn impossible. It might be the stupidest thing in this movie, which is saying something.
You're letting him kill Martha!
God damn it. First off, who calls their mother by their real name in this situation? This is maybe the biggest scene in the whole movie. Second off, god damn it, because Clark and Bruce both have mothers named Martha, Batman decides to let Superman live. And god damn it third, Martha is a common name. Martha is a common name. You're telling me that at the mere mention of Martha, Batman gets all set up? Martha Parkers. Yeah, we know. We heard Thomas the Comedian Wayne say Martha out loud earlier in the movie. We saw the earlier dream sequence, this movie's 17th such occurrence, where it showed Martha Wayne's tombstone. We know his mother's name is Martha. Get on with it. Just in case this movie isn't long enough for you, we got a recap of the first 5 minutes.
Why did you say that name?
Exactly.
His mother's name!
It took Lois Lane to fly here in a helicopter for some reason to finally tell him that. Really, that's Lois's only function for flying out here is for stupid like this. But don't worry, it gets stupider.
Luther, he wanted your life for hers.
Now that they fought, Superman suddenly comes up with the words he could have easily said.
Thank you!
Hot damn, this is f***ing Batman. I'm removing 3 cents for this movie understanding Batman action better than any previous, even though that's not nearly close enough to save this film's final sin total.
I'm a friend of your son's.
I figured. The cave?
This is the only moment of levity in the entire film, and that makes it worth a sin of omission. A character I respect suddenly turns stupid and throws this crypto spear into this water, thinking that over time no one will ever find it, and so that the movie will have an ex machina once Doomsday shows up.
The devil will do it.
This is some convenient-ass timing here. He just found out his original plan failed, but his backup plan is literally 3 seconds from powering up.
The blood of my blood.
Superman just stands around while he waits for Luthor to do the next thing, instead of throwing him around the world 50 times, or just taking him to jail.
Born to destroy you.
But how? You just cut yourself and put Zod's body in. Oh, what the f*** do I care? Let's just get this shit over with already. Oh good, more of this shit.
Thankfully, the workday is over and the downtown core, it's nearly empty.
It's funny how this movie in Civil War suddenly started caring about all the destruction their heroes were causing, and then started making absolutely sure, even though it's impossible, that no one or hardly anyone is in the area. Wonder Woman is getting on a plane and sees the super fight on the news, but no airplane I've ever been on gave me live television on the monitors prior to takeoff, so this is some bullshit. And this doesn't even look like first class.
Strikers Island, east of Metropolis.
That's uninhabited.
Of course it is.
I'm saying it's unkillable.
And I know that because I'm sitting in an office and we've tried one thing to kill it.
I gotta get it to chase me. Back to the city. Back to the kryptonite.
Or you could just fly there, get it, and fly back. Either way, really. But go ahead with your he has to chase me plan. I sure am glad they rebuilt Metropolis, so that Doomsday can destroy Metropolis. Who knew? Wonder Woman's bracelets can stop all the Doomsday Kryptonian laser beams in the world, even when the total area of said lasers eclipses the area of said bracelets. Also, Wonder Woman Ex Machina. She just got off the plane, was able to dress up, get to the scene, and know exactly what to do just in time. Also, the fight Wonder Woman saw was happening in Metropolis, and this is now happening in Gotham, so you movie. Even though Lois has no idea who Doomsday is, or what he does, she gets the bright idea that maybe they need that cryptosphere after all.
Why did you bring him back to the city?
The port is abandoned.
Yeah, everywhere is abandoned, we get it.
She with you? I thought she was with you.
Really, Bruce? You've seen her and interacted with her half dozen times at this point. What is this line except scripted hilarity that doesn't square with the script? And despite numerous heavy pieces of architecture falling down in this pool of Lois, she survives this. It's actually hard to believe, after seeing Wonder Woman's shield and bracelets perform miracles, that she doesn't have a weapon that can just end this fool. This movie. Superman can't just javelin this thing into Doomsday's heart. He has to crash into him to do it, so that the movie can have its fake death scene. Oh no, Superman isn't dead. How's that gonna last until the next movie when they revive him and move on? Could this possibly be the most insulting part of the movie? The guy who looks like Superman with glasses died on the same night as Superman and still no connection? Can we even get a Steve Buscemi scene where he's living in an apartment surrounded by video screens, soda cans, and beef jerky where he makes the connection? I mean, Jesus. It's a movie funeral, so definitely add some bagpipes, because Superman was so Scottish and such.
I failed in life.
Actually, you ended up not killing him like you had planned. Then when you promised to save his mom, you did that too, in spectacular fashion. So you're good here, bro.
We can do better. We will.
Just not with this movie. I guess either Batman got permission from the warden to do this electric light show and dramatic branding thing he's about to do, or he just knocked out the guards to do it. Either way, this is some pretty unbelievable
He's hungry. He's found us.
You know what? There's no way Lex had yet another monster in mind after making Doomsday and coming up with the plan to get Batman and Superman to fight. You know that last 10 minutes you just went through trying to make us think Superman was dead, especially when you're trying to set up a Justice League movie? Yeah, that was a total waste.
I'm not dead.
What? Nothing. Here's your knife.
I'm not dead.
Yeah. He says he's not dead. Yes, he is.
I'm not.
He isn't? Well, he will be soon. He's very ill.
I'm getting better.
No, you're not.
Nolan Batman thing. Oh, god damn, I need to smoke after that. Wow! It hit everything. Except for that goddamn Martha Kent line.
Which Diane Lane did defend it. She said she stands by it. She actually did.
Okay, before we get into the small positives of the movie,
yeah,
we can talk about this for a little bit. I agree with most of the points they made.
Yeah, same here.
Pretty much. I mean, a lot of the lines are stupid. A lot of situations are stupid. The whole final lead up into the final fight was confusing as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They were both morons. It got all my stuff out of the way. What did you think?
It nailed on a lot of stuff. Good big points, major stuff. I mean, one big thing which I thought, oh come on, really? Of course, was the back at the Daily Planet, pretty much, where it's like, don't you guys have a sports section for that? You know, it's like seriously. I mean, if you hired him,
if Clark is in the sports section, yeah, he should be showing the sports section. But what's Clark assigned to?
Yeah, it's like. Because when you're doing with journalism and stuff like that, everybody's assigned to certain things, from fashion to sports, to the major news that's going on. What is he assigned to exactly? It makes no sense, because it's like, oh, you tell me the sports section, but don't you already have a sports stuff? I mean, really, you know. And then another thing, which I'm like, yeah, it was cool just to see it in the trailer, but you know, when Lex Luthor comes up going, oh, Bruce Wayne and Batman. I mean, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. Yeah, of course he knows who Bruce Wayne is, but how does he know about Clark Kent? Yeah. How big did Clark Kent as a journalist? You know, it's like, how does he know him so very well? You know, it's like, instead of saying, how do you know me? You know, it's like, I'm just a simple journalist or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with a few positive points for me, like the whole Batman fight scene near the end.
That was like the best. That's why I said we'll get to that point. Get to it, you know, when we start talking about it. But yeah, you know, that was a great scene for Batman. That's like that was the scene for him. You know, but you know, it's just that they, like how we said before, how we brought it up before in our last video, which is when one person finally pinpointed Zack Snyder's filming style, and that is just moments. That's all it is. It's just filled with moments.
Okay.
You know, they're setting up those shots, those moments, stuff like that. I mean, to me, he needs to have a co-director. Somebody who's going to help him focus on the story, but then while he can still set up those big moments, those momentous scenes where the camera set up just right, you know, those big, but still have a co-director to help him still focus. Okay, we still have a story to tell. So, I mean, it's just, go ahead, I'm sorry. It's just, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, we're just going to get to the positives now, because we could go on for another half hour about, like, agreeing with most of the stuff.
The positives.
The small positives. I'm going to say mine. You can say yours. We could probably smallly debate over it. Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons were good as Batman and Alfred, respectively. Gal Gadot was good as Wonder Woman. Batman fight scene was great. The one near the end where it reminds you of Arkham Asylum games. That was really great at the end. I guess the slight tease that Superman's alive, it was interesting. Batman saying not to kill anybody, I guess. Fine, as long as he's not killing more motherfuckers. The Flash scene. The small Flash scene with Ezra Miller.
Even though it took a while for people to really understand who that was, even for me, for even DC fans, it was like it took us like about 5 minutes. We're like, oh, now I know who that was. You know.
And that's it. That's all I got.
For me, of course, it's overall again close to what you're saying. What helped with this film a little bit is that Ben Affleck, he gave a solid performance as Bruce Wayne and Batman. He did the spot on version we've always been wanting to see, which is like literally the comic book and the movie version of this character wrapped up in one that we've been dying to see. Alfred, of course, Jeremy Irons does a phenomenal job. Don't get me wrong, he does a great job. The whole what they said in the video about the whole explanation of who put together the whole thing, you know, for the Batcave, really doesn't need to be explained, because I mean, if you've seen past Batman films,
well, he even says that's just one pick about Batman stories overall. I mean, and that's his own opinion. That part was specifically his own opinion on that.
I understand that, but for me, for anybody, it bothers you on that is that people have to realize he doesn't really need contractors. He does this all himself. He builds everything himself. You know, I mean, he's got the aid of Alfred, who helps him out and everything. Let me see here. I mean, Gal Gadot did a phenomenal job. She did a great job as Wonder Woman. I thought she did a hands down great job. Can't wait for the Wonder Woman film. It's gonna be fantastic. Like I said, this is the film that this is my ride or die. This is one I'm gonna defend no matter what, no matter how horrible it did story wise. To me, is still, you know, it's still, you know, these first time these characters are on this film together. All these characters, especially with, you know, Wonder Woman as well. And you know, there's points where it's like they could have done better with the Batman versus Superman, where they could have made it a little bit longer, or maybe they pretty much could have, you know, had it longer, but it kept going on and off. More of one got away, you know, and then later on, you know, it's like it went back. To me, I think I would have liked that better, where it's like it happened every now and then throughout the film.
Yeah.
Then it would have made sense, Batman versus Superman, where it's like they keep going at it and they keep coming back at it with each other.
Right.
You know, the whole Martha thing, like I said, Diane Lane did come up and she did defend it. To me, it bothered me in the beginning, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it was funny to make fun of it. Even for, you know, when I first saw it myself, it took me a while to realize, oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize that both their moms' names are Martha. You know, it took me a while to realize that, honestly, but it just, I don't know, it just seems like it was a prominent thing that they needed in there. Yeah, he could have said, my mom, something like that. You know, he could have done something different like that. You know, maybe he started off saying, my mom, and then start saying Martha, and then go like that, you know, something.
No, you should have explained to it before their fight that, look, Lex has my mom. I need your fucking help to get my mom
Well,
back.
that's what I said. That's what I said. The fight scene overall, it was pretty cool. I liked the fight scene alone between them. I wish it was longer. That's why I said if they had it throughout the film, where it was like they kept, you know, one of them escapes every single time, where it's like they try to get away, it's like something else comes up and they have to get away or something like that from the fight, and then it ends up at the, you know, before you think it's gonna be the last fight, and all of a sudden at least bring that up right then and there in the beginning. That's me personally. I think I would like that better, because then it would have made more sense, of him to bring it up then in the beginning of the fight instead of just at the end when he's almost about to be like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. I'm gonna kill you. But where something where it's like they, after each fight, it's like they're learning something about each other. It's like there's something. It's like they're learning about. It's like to a certain point where they realize, okay, maybe we are actually good. At some point. But I can go on and on. Like I said. You can hate me all you want, but I love this film. Suicide Squad did do a little bit better, if I had to say. But but I still like this movie myself. We still have to watch the extended version.
I'm not watching the extended version. I already decided on that.
Oh, we're gonna watch it.
I am
whether
not watching.
Whether I force you to watch it or not.
That is a 3-hour movie, goddamn.
I don't care. It's the type of thing where you gotta stretch, get ready.
Not watching it.
We're gonna watch it. We will watch it, especially when we still have to do. I still want to watch the extended one, pretty much for how it should end it. Still, because I still hear positive things, even from. A little bit more positive stuff from the extended version. Even though it's just a few stuff, but that's about it.
All I've heard about the Ultimate Edition is that it answers certain questions.
Which helps the movie a little bit.
Which fills in gaps, but it doesn't fix the problem.
And I understand that, but it's the type of thing where you have to understand.
It's like putting toothpaste in the crack in a wall. It's not... Oh, no. It's like putting wood glue in the crack of a cabinet or something. It's going to fix it for a little bit, but the overall problem is still there.
Yeah, and I understand that. It helps it out a bit, which I'm happy for, honestly. That's what I'm saying. It helps it out a bit, and I'm happy for it. That's what I said. This is a film that, like I said, I'm not saying, oh my God, it's fantastic. No, I'm going to say it is a fairly good movie that I can sit down and I could, honestly, I could watch again if I wanted to. But I loved it. I enjoyed the movie, and I actually wouldn't mind seeing it again myself, especially the extended version. I can go on, like I said, there's a few other small little tidbits, but I mean, they could have just axed out definitely Doomsday, most definitely, completely. Lex Luthor, I don't know. I'm still on the fence.
I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg.
You didn't like him. Me, I'm on the fence only because there's still time to fix him. And the reason I say that is there's still time to where his character can change dramatically, where his character persona is forced to change to how he thinks of things.
I still love the fan theory that people want his father to show up and be the actual Lex Luthor.
Well, that can still happen. That could still be a possibility, because, the Lex Luthor that everybody still wants, don't get me wrong, Gene Hackman does a good job. Kevin Spacey, even though the Superman Returns movie sucked, I'm going
to defend the Superman Returns movie. It wasn't that bad. Yes, it was too focused on the whole romantic subplot, but I didn't think it was that bad of a movie.
No, that's what I say. I'm not saying it's like horrible. I'm just saying it was bad in its own way, but not like horrible where it's like, do not see it. No, you can still see it if you want.
But overall, ladies and gents, the moral of this story is go watch Suicide Squad. Go watch Suicide Squad.
Watch Batman, the extended version, please.
Go watch Suicide Squad. You'll be more entertained by a flawed movie.
You really don't have much to say about this movie, don't you?
Look, I've already said all I need to say about the movie. I said my positives. If you want me to go off a negative, we can spend the next 10 minutes going off of all my negatives.
You have 10 minutes.
I don't want to, because then I'm just relaying parts I hated about originally watching this movie, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that another guy that bitches and moans about what's wrong with this movie. We're already doing that.
Back to what I was saying about what's good about it for myself.
No. This video for 20 minutes that talked about everything I was gonna say. So there's nothing for me to say.
And there's nothing else good to say for you.
There's nothing really else. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Diane Lee wasn't bad as Martha Kent for what little we saw of her. Though I still didn't like that line she gave.
Oh yeah, that one I have to agree with. The one where she's like, "You don't owe this world anything."
Lawrence Fishburne still a good job. The chick that played the senator is still a good job. As much as I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, he tried his best with that role.
The one thing that bothers me a lot, which we've seen a couple. I've seen one video. I know there's a couple more out there where some people were like, oh, Ben Affleck, he's not a good actor. I'm like, are you serious? Have you seen it? Especially when they have not seen Batman vs Superman. It's like, it bothers me because it's like, see the film. He's a great. I don't know. It's like I don't know what films you guys have been watching, but Ben Affleck is a great actor and a director, especially when he signed on to do and direct the solo Batman film. Please watch Batman vs Superman. And he's the best. I mean, I'm not saying the overall best. I mean, he's still got, to me, still the best Batman, even though he's a voice, is Kevin Conroy. He's still going to be the Batman whatsoever. But overall, Ben Affleck, he really finally brings the Batman everyone wants to see in the big screens.
And Amy Adams she's an idiot in this, but Amy Adams is still a good actress.
Exactly. But like I said,
I think I'm done. I think I'm Batman. I'm officially BVS out for now. I mean,
back to what I was trying to talk about. But no, for me, like I said, there's certain little points that I disagree with what they said here for little tiny moments. Yeah, there's some people who complain going, oh, we don't need to see the Batman type of how the death happens, but I like it overall only because it's the way they set it up compared to all the other Batman films. This one they did it like in a montage type of way.
Yeah.
I mean, which I really like. I really like how they did it. Just the art form of how they did it. How Zack Snyder put it together. It was great. I mean, it wasn't like a freaking long-ass movie we had to sit down and watch, oh my god, the origins again for Batman. No. It was a quick, this is what happened, bam, okay. That's how it happened. They stuck to the basics.
Okay. I guess, are we done?
You just want to get this over with. I mean, I can continue going on right now if you want to leave.
I know you can. But it feels like, no, what the problem is, it feels like we're retreading into stuff we just talked about like 10 minutes ago. That's why. It's nothing. You're on a roll, but it feels like we're slightly retreading.
Well, I'm just trying to bring up, for me, the positive point. Because, like I said, in our last video, pretty much, even in the comments somebody left, they want to hear some of the good things, or good stuff. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, there's not a whole list, but I'm at least trying to reach out there. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's fine.
I mean, if you don't like it, then you can easily just get up and leave and continue walking. Not walking. Not walking. I mean, talking.
Yeah. I'm not saying you should stop talking about it. I'm saying, all I was saying was, like I said, you're talking about all the positives, but right now it feels like you're slightly retreading back into what you just said about the positives.
You know what? Just end the video, please.
You sure?
Go ahead. Please.
Okay. Well, overall, I mean, regardless, the main rule we have here is that if you want an opinion on a movie, don't believe a critic. A lot of people do that. They think from what a critic says, the movie's automatically bad, the movie's automatically great. You need to get your own opinion. And that's what this two-part video is about. Is that regardless of what they've said on Screen Junkies, what they said on Cinemasins, we still think you should go out and get your own opinion. I mean, we tell you our opinion, but you shouldn't go off of what we say. You should go and experience yourself. And I think that's what my brother is a point he's trying to make, is that, he is defending the movie because he thinks, while yes, it has its problems, there is positives in the movie. There's a lot more positives than people see, and he's voicing his opinion on it. And if you disagree with him, well, then that's fine. If you agree with him, that's great. There's more people out there who saw Suicide Squad, thought it was great, didn't really listen to all the negativity and went out going, oh, it's pretty good. Like, remember there was that one guy when we were leaving Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
We were talking, and there was this random guy who went, yeah, I heard the critics, but then I went to see the movie, and I thought the movie was good. Yeah, it has its problems, but I still thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
And that's what, and I apologize for that. That's what I know, and I realize that's the point you were trying to make overall, is that you're just like, what, I wanted to This movie has a lot of positives. I don't agree with what everybody said. They can go screw themselves. I thought this was a good movie. It saw a lot of flaws, you know, and I want to defend the crap out of it because, you know, there's positives, you know? And I apologize if I made myself sound like I just want you to get it over with. Because it wasn't you. It was just the fact that I'm the other side. I thought, regardless, you know, the movie had positive moments, but the movie had more negative moments for me personally. You know, if you love the movie, I'm never gonna. You know for a fact, dude. I'm never I'm never gonna bag you on that. If you loved it, you loved it. If I didn't like it, you know, I'm not telling you I did not like that movie.
I know.
You have to drag me to see Dragon Ball Evolution. We'll leave it at that. So let's get a little more like upbeat here. If you like this video enough, or you like us more or less enough, you can hit the like button. If you want to comment, you know I say that now, and it's gonna be the Wonder Woman trailer over again. If you want to comment about my negative points about it, against his, you know, defending what he enjoyed most about it, go ahead, have at it. You're probably gonna agree with him. You're probably gonna agree with me. Whatever happens, you're gonna agree with one of us. If you want to share this with the world, share with the world, because I know there's a lot other opinions you can go off of when it comes to this, and like movies like Suicide Squad and the upcoming Justice League movie comes out next fall, right? And if you like us just a little bit more than everybody else, plus liking our debate on this, you can hit the subscribe button down below. You want to do the, if you want to see our videos, or you want me to do
sorry. This
in that focus.
This is in that focus. Want to see our past videos we've done recently? Or click down below. Check us out. See what we've been up to lately. If you want to see our part one of how we should have ended, you just click down below and check out our reaction on that video as well.
Yes. So other than that, though, it's a long episode. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And your opinion matters.
You're your own critic.
Exactly. So we'll see you
later.